May I have a motion and a second to approve the following Board of Ed minutes? Mr. Farashuden, Mr. Lawrence, any questions or discussion? All right, roll call, please, Mr. Stars.
Ms. Wong?
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence?
Yes.
Ms. Longley Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Bigman?
Yes.
Mr. Casson?
Yes.
Mr. Farashuden?
Yes.
Ms. Shivani?
Yes.
Ms. Speltz?
Yes,
Motion passed.
thank you. Dr. Diskin, would you like to introduce our presenters this evening?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Our first presentation is regarding our Eagle Scouts in the district. We have them here tonight to be honored. We also have our Scout Masters and hopefully our Eagle Coach that we'd like to invite everyone to kind of come up and be recognized for this amazing achievement. Congratulations to all the work that you've done, the time that you've spent, and the service that you've provided to our community. So for that, we thank you. I'd like to start by inviting Troop 19 to come on down, as well as Scoutmaster Mr. McKenna, if you're here. And we have some certificates.
Go Donna! Yay, Donna! I think they're just giving it. And all the hard work that they did. We asked the board to please stand, and we're going to get a picture with everyone behind. The next troop that we'd like to invite, along with Scout Master Kevin Raddick, is Troop 17. All right, congratulations. Congratulations. We have, for Troop 17, Tommy Fialco. We have Jose Lanzato. We have Jack Smith.
He was busy.
Michelle Mishra.
He was busy.
Max Mao.
He was
And then we have Troop 15 with Scoutmasters Mike Murphy and Eagle Coach Vishwa Reddy. Come on down. Congratulations. 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 Luke Gia.
He's not here.
Okay. Jonathan Murphy. We have Cheyenne Flory. And William. Let's stand for a picture. Congratulations. For those who did not attend, we will mail their certificates to them. So thank you so much for coming.
Are there, before you guys leave, are there any board comments that any board members would like to add? Mr. Farashudin?
I just want to congratulate the three troops, the Scoutmasters, and all of the Eagle Scouts. It is many years of dedication and hard work. I don't know how you guys can do it. I can never do it. I'm afraid of bears, but you guys are great. So, congratulations to all of you, the district, and all of your families, and all of us are very proud of you guys.
For our next presentation of our retirees, I'd like to invite Mr. Kyle Arlington to come join me.
While they are coming up,
I will begin. This is our honoring our retired educators and our staff. And this is a tradition that we do each year for those that are retiring. And I'd like to start by saying, as another incredible year comes to a close, we want to extend our deepest gratitude to the dedicated staff members who are retiring from our district this year. Collectively, you have given 399 years of care, wisdom, and energy to our schools. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to educational excellence and your profound impact on generations of students. Thank you for leaving our district a better, brighter place. We wish you nothing but relaxation, joy, and new adventures in your well-deserved retirement. And with that, Mr. Arlington.
Thank you, Dr. Diskin. I just learned, pleasantly surprised, that we have a little bit of a musical celebration first. Wasn't expecting that, but I think some clips, yeah. Yeah. Here, Mike. There we go. Yes, yeah. Thanks, Mike.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm
Okay, we're happy to honor those who are here tonight. I think even if they're not, it's worth celebrating them by sharing their name and years of experience one more time. Mrs. Greenstone is only retiring once, but she teaches in a lot of buildings. So starting with Deerfield School, congratulations to Mrs. Greenstone. Yeah, she's not here tonight. Mrs. Parcarpio is not here tonight, but congratulations to her on 25 years of service. Our turn. Leslie Blitz, 25 years of service as an LDTC. Come on up, Leslie. Come on up. Dr. Diskin has a token of appreciation. Congratulations also to Michelle Schatz. Evelina, paraprofessional, 15 years. Congratulations. At Wyoming School. Yeah, Dolores Avila, a strategies teacher who's been with us for 19 years. Congrats. Washington School, Ms. Schaefer and Mrs. Puglisi, who's here tonight. From Millburn Middle School, we're happy to honor Yvonne Campbell-Miles, 29 years. Come on up, Yvonne. Congrats also to our mid-year retirees who are not here tonight. Mr. Ramos, Ms. Tuma, Ms. Zittimer, and Samir Tadros. But who is joining us tonight is Mrs. Smallman, who's celebrating with us 24 years of service. Come on up. Kate, we have more here. I wasn't sure where we were.
That was pretty impressive.
I wasn't sure which way people were going to come, so we have a couple. Yeah. Okay, well, we have, and finally, Ms. Udland for 25 years of service. Yeah, of course, but I also recognize that I skipped Ms. Basta, a paraprofessional for 23 years, and Ilya Shishkin, a custodian with us for 25 years. So congratulations to Robin and Ilya.
So before we conclude this presentation today, I just want to take a moment to recognize Rose Udland. I know. Who's going to cry first? Oh, she's already crying. I just want to say that, to my incredible executive assistant, Rose, for a quarter of a century, our district has been incredibly fortunate to have such a dedicated professional in our ranks. We honor your 18 years of vital service across our schools, and I should borrow one of my readers from you. I'm just kidding. I have it right here. We have a joke. We have a cup of readers that we share. We honor your 18 years of vital service across our schools and your final 7 years as the cornerstone of the superintendent's administration. As executive assistant to the superintendent, you've been our steady anchor, the chief problem solver, and the seamless connection across our entire district leadership team. Your profound impact on our district administration, staff, and community cannot be overstated. You will be deeply missed, but your legendary legacy remains. Thank you for 25 years of exceptional service, and congratulations on your well-deserved moments. And I'm not done yet, although I don't know if there'll be too many tears on this one. And finally, it is with a mix of deep gratitude and selfishly a little bit of sadness we say farewell to John Connolly, our Assistant Superintendent. When you look at a school district's history, you realize that true leadership isn't just measured by the time spent in a specific seat. It is measured by the depth of the footprints left behind. And looking across our district, those footprints are absolutely everywhere. Before stepping into central office, John spent 8 years as our middle school principal, where he built a school culture rooted in community, accountability, and a whole lot of care. So it is with no surprise that 18 months ago, when we needed high-level leadership at central office, I looked to him to become our assistant superintendent. Stepping into district leadership is a massive transition, but John took it on with exact grace, sharp focus, that has defined his time as not only the assistant superintendent, but as principal. And over these past 18 months, he's brought a vital ground level perspective into the executive decision making. I think I trained him pretty well. Well, 18 months in this specific role feels far too short for us, and certainly me. We know that this next chapter is bright, and that Madison is incredibly lucky to have you. Thank you for your 9 years of unwavering dedication to our students, your 18 months of executive leadership, your friendship and laughs. You will be fiercely missed. We wish you the absolute best in your next chapter as superintendent of the Madison Public Schools. Come on down. Yep, next presentation. So our next presentation is regarding our strategic plan. Rich is going to share with you some of the outcomes of our strategic plan, and he and I are going to share this presentation together. Thank you so much for coming. No. Yes. No. And you hit present.
Thank you. So I think it was 9 months ago this process started. It has been an amazing journey, and I want to start off by thanking the board for the opportunity to be involved with this project. It has been a pleasure to work with Dr. Diskin, Mr. Conley, and several members of the board that I got to interact with during our sessions. You know, I came here knowing a little bit about Millburn's reputation, but to be in this process and see things under the hood and see the way your community stepped up to the plate and got together and really spent a lot of time at the end of long days to dig into data and discuss really important questions was really impressive. So thank you for the opportunity. So in a nutshell, our process had 3 phases. We started out, I think around October was the beginning of the community engagement. And there were kind of several points in the way, along the way, where we customized this process a little bit to meet the uniqueness of Millburn, and started right out of the gate. Dr. Diskin really got a sense that there was a strong community engagement in this process and that a lot of people wanted to get involved. So we went from 1 to 2 community engagement sessions, and I think between the 2, a little over 150 people participated. At one point we had, I think, 7 or 8 different groups of 10 to 15 people all doing a collaborative SWOT analysis. That was the largest collaborative SWOT analysis we as a firm have ever done, and it was impressive to see that number of people working and really so into the work. And after that community engagement phase, we moved to the core planning phase, where we had a core planning team. This was another point of customization, right? Because there were so many people who wanted to get involved. Various constituent groups wanted to be heard. So I think we ended up with a group of about 50 to 60 people in the core planning team. Again, a good cross-section of all different constituent groups. So we met for 5 sessions, and I'll share some of their products tonight. And then phase 3 was looking at all the recommendations from the core team, and that was a staff-based group, kind of tailored to the different goals and different areas the core team wanted to focus on, and they put together very detailed action plans for year 1.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add, just a round of thanks for everyone that participated, from the board to the staff to the teachers that came, and even to the students and the community that came out. We really appreciate that. Just so you know, we did meet again with TMI on May 15th to start digging into those action plans. They are not finalized, as this is an ongoing process. And so we will continue to work through that through the summer. But we're going to talk tonight about the high-level goals that have been determined for moving forward.
Just to build on that point, a strategic plan is never done, right? It's an ongoing conversation, and the districts that consider it and treat it as an ongoing conversation are the ones that I think have the most success with it. So one of the first products that we took a look at were the core values. This was the result of a survey of all different constituent groups in the community, where we asked people what they believe in when it comes to each of our 5 focus areas. And one of the first things the core team did was to explore those and really come to terms with what the community values. And what you see in here are just little examples in each of the focus areas. For example, teaching and learning, what do they believe? They believe that high expectations meet equitable access and continuous professional growth. And each focus area had about 5 to 7 different belief statements in it. We then asked the core team, well, if this is what the community believes in, what is it we want to accomplish? We wanted to come up with a mission statement that both reflected the community's priorities, but also was sticky enough that people could remember it. And we came to the conclusion of the mission is to prepare resilient, capable learners who think critically, act compassionately, lead ethically, communicate effectively, and evolve confidently. So I think it's a mission statement that says a lot in a small enough amount of words that people can remember it. Once we had our mission and our beliefs, it was time to create what we consider the compass of any good strategic plan, and that's the vision statement. Our vision statements are not kind of lengthy, flowery documents. They are bulleted lists of very concrete, observable indicators of success. It's what you should see happening in your schools if the mission is being accomplished. What you see in front of you under the various areas are just some examples of those bullets. And then we went through an activity called Dream versus Reality, where we used that compass, that vision statement, and then dove into data in all of the 5 focus areas and tried to identify places where there were some gaps between the vision for success and what the data said about our reality. And what you see here in front of you are the 4 long-range goals that came out of that conversation. Each of those goals were then broken down into annual objectives using a project management framework, a simple one: plan, do, check, act. And as Dr. Diskin alluded to, those action plans are still in progress. Once again, I just wanted to thank the board for the opportunity, and I'll take any questions.
Before we take some questions, I just want to tell you what the next steps are so that you can sort of continue along this journey with us. So on tonight's agenda, you have approval for a communications consultant to help kind of pull all of this together and be actively involved in how do we communicate this out to our constituents, to the community, to our staff, to our students. And she will be working with us to do that. The other piece is, knowing that this is an ongoing project, we continue to refine and be sure that this is what's reflective of everyone. So the board will get a final draft, the community will get something to take a look at, and the staff and the administration, just to be sure it hits all of the targets in those specific objectives that we're looking to meet. And finally, I just want to say thank you to TMI for working with us. And I, appreciate the fact that you come with a wealth of experience from school districts and have worked with many school districts around the state. And I appreciate your leading us through these exercises to create what is our next 3 to 5 years. So thank you so much. Would you like a blanket? No, I'm just kidding. Questions, comments?
I'd like to start by also saying thank you to TMI and Dr. Diskin and Mr. Connolly for leading all this. But also I can see out in the audience, even tonight, a few of the faces who did participate in our 5 nights and our 2 nights of community engagement and 5 nights of planning. And it really, seeing how many people dedicated so much time to be there was really impressive and great to see, and very indicative of this community and our passion and drive to help our students succeed. Would anyone else? Mr. Casson.
Thank you, and thank you. I echo everything Madam President said. Just for the record, I'm not questioning this, but I would like to just establish TMI's bona fides, the credentials for providing the service. Dr. Diskin alluded to the involvement around different communities. I'd love to you just please give us an explanation of your credentials, the organizational credentials, and the communities that you've helped that are comparable to Millburn. Thank you.
I'll start off with my day job. I've been an assistant superintendent at Bergen County Academies, Bergen County Technical Schools for the past 23 years. I think this year, U.S. News and World Report, 3 of the top 10 high schools came from our district. So this is a process that I developed in our district many years ago. For the past 10 years, 10 plus, we've been facilitating this process through some of the highest achieving districts in northern New Jersey: Summit, Westfield, Ridgewood, Livingston, now Millburn.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. And could you just elaborate? Would you say your process for Millburn was large? I know you mentioned customizations, but largely consistent with what you've done for other communities, better than, enhanced, or in what way? Like, could you elaborate on that element of it, please?
So there are both, because the districts that we work with are all very, very similar high achieving districts, there's definitely overlap in the sense that we see a lot of common conversations and common questions. But they all bring their unique needs. I think the uniqueness here were the sheer number of community members that wanted to get involved. And I think, on a Tuesday, when you've already put in 8-9 hours, right, to come here and sit at a table with 10 people, not all of whom may see things exactly the way you do, and to engage in that conversation, that was unique, and that required us to do more of that engagement and kind of be more inclusive in that process. And things that normally would have been conversations between a group of 30 people became conversations with a group of 70 people. So we had to kind of think outside of the box in terms of how to facilitate those things, because it's great to have everybody there, but you want to make sure everybody feels like they have a voice. And I think everybody felt like they had a voice.
Yes, Mr. Casson.
Just one last one from me. Sorry. Just to be clear, were there any recommendations, or do you have any recommendations at this stage, understanding it is an ongoing process, that you believe haven't been followed or should be followed, or that you think that we could be doing better in terms of where we are at this stage of the process?
I think first and foremost, I want to echo Dr. Diskin's point that the districts that have the most success with this are the ones that don't think of it as a finished product that goes on a shelf. It's an ongoing conversation that should continue over the course of 5 years. I think that's the most important thing, right? Conversations are just getting, this is a start. I think, and Dr. Diskin and I will continue to have conversations about kind of where districts go from here. There's all kinds of things that districts do in terms of adopting dashboards to kind of track these kinds of things, and action plans and those kinds of things. But other than that, it's just keeping the conversation going.
Any other questions or comments for? All right. Thank you so much. Great presentation, and really looking forward to seeing where we go.
Thank you.
our next presentation, I'd like to invite Mr. Kyle Arlington up. Is he? Oh, are we doing this one? Oh, yes, let's do the art one. Yeah, okay, great. We'll do that. So over a year ago, Millburn High School's honors 3-2D class was asked by the office of State Senator John McCann to design a 3-foot by 2-foot mural representing Millburn. The mural was to be displayed in the district office. Yes, come on down. Displayed in the district office. Our student artists, who are some of them are here tonight, were honored and worked diligently throughout the semester, all while managing their honors projects. They often stayed after school to create the mural, collaborated closely throughout the entire process, and they remained focused, engaged, and genuinely provided joyful work, and you can see it in their artistry. One of the most rewarding aspects was watching them rise to the creative and logistical challenges the project presented. This is a quote by art teacher Vincent Dermondi. One of the most rewarding aspects was watching them rise to the creative and logistical challenge that the project presented. Reconciling 5 district artistic styles into a single cohesive composition required real problem solving, strategic thinking, and a level of craftsmanship that was impressive to witness. Thank you so much for leading our students through this amazing project. Congratulations to the artists. The mural is truly remarkable, and a sample of it is here. We'd like to say congratulations to Helen Dong, Akshara Kumar, Jonah Lawrence, Sophia Skaltotis, and Henry Wan. So congratulations. Take a picture, put a picture in front of them. Here, we'll take a picture. Yeah, would the board like to stand behind them? All right. Actually, why don't we move over a little bit into the center?
Congratulations to our amazing artists, some of whom I've known for a very long time. We're talking preschool days here. It's so great to see how they grow and learn, and thanks to the staff and the teachers who help them be everything that they can be. It really is just phenomenal, just phenomenal. Thank you for sharing your talent with us.
And this rendition will hang in the Ed Center here in the boardroom. So congratulations. All right. For our final presentation tonight, we'd like to talk a little bit about the operational culture and climate as goal 2. And we are proud to present this district milestone as part of district goal number 2. This presentation represents an important shift in how our school system operates behind the scenes. Over the past year, we've intentionally built an infrastructure to ensure that operational excellence drives our educational success. Tonight in this presentation, we want to look at how we're transforming our district's culture and climate from the ground up, providing consistency and parity.
Thanks, Dr. Diskin. Okay, so to understand where we're going, we want to start with a look at where we started. Historically, and this is not totally uncommon to other districts as well, but sometimes when schools have more than one, or districts have more than one school, they act as a sort of district of schools instead of a school district. relying on things like word of mouth for onboarding and building specific routines. While well-intentioned, this creates variance. So what we've tried to implement this year instead is a unified model. So moving from a collection of individual schools to a more unified approach where equity and accountability are hardwired into some of our procedures. And we hope that, or we intend for this to allow for consistency, but still encourage each school to have their own unique identities. So why these SOPs matter? Yes, they can sound bureaucratic, but in reality, they are human-centered. First, they protect our institutional memory. When a key administrator or staff member leaves, their expertise shouldn't leave with them. Second, they protect equity. A parent's experience, a teacher's experience, a student's access to services shouldn't depend on which building they walk into necessarily. So these protocols that we've developed and will continue to develop ensure a predictable, high-quality standard of care across our different schools in each of these 6 different areas. So we didn't just look at basic business functions, although those are embedded in the framework. Rather, we cataloged our operations into these 6 domains. So as you look at the categories or spectrum here, you'll notice it spans from physical safety and things like internal HR software, all the way to classroom continuity and public communication loops. These are all like works in progress. So we feel this comprehensive map that we laid out here ensures that no department is left guessing for the most part what the standard of execution is during any given scenario. Of course, the work is just a starting point that we'll continue to refine and build off of throughout the coming years. Talk a little bit about the benefits.
Sure. So the overarching takeaway is that our core operational objectives have been fully met. But the real strategic impact is how these changes affect the daily lives of our leadership and our end users. By eliminating standard administrative discrepancies like mismatched elementary schedules or field trip sign-offs, we free up our principals. Instead of spending administrative team meetings, constantly troubleshooting logistics, our leaders now pivot their focus to things that matter more, which is our students. And this playbook is only useful if the team knows how to execute it. Our implementation roadmap centers on capacity building. Through our newly launched Leadership Academy, we are actively training our administration to enforce these guidelines equitably. We are backing this up with modern tech integrations, specifically a single digital repository for instant updates and automated HR systems, so compliance begins on day 1 of employment. Bringing our organizational framework, this big district goal to 100% completion across multiple milestones requires a good deal of coordination. From our baseline reporting to the board to our final onboarding rollouts this past spring, these targets have been successfully hit on schedule. I also want to mention and thank the MEA and the MAA for providing some of the ideas towards what can be done better and creating a communications platform for all of us to work together. And so really what this is we want to emphasize that these procedures directly impact student well-being. When a student is in a mental health or behavioral crisis, seconds matter. By standardizing our threat matrices and crisis assessments, we remove operational ambiguity. Our staff doesn't have to wonder what step to take next. If they follow the playbook, they ensure immediate, structured protection, and support for our students. Finally, this framework is a living document. Education policies change, state codes adapt, and practical realities evolve. We will institute a feedback loop with an annual audit system. This means we will consistently and constantly cross-reference our written procedures against actual incident logs to ensure we remain nimble and constantly improving. And we would believe that this operational shift presents our district for a continued stable future. We want to thank the board and our staff and the teachers and the administration for prioritizing this work, and we'd be happy to open the floor for other questions.
Thank you, Dr. Diskin, Mr. Arlington. Any comments or questions to start? Mr. Farashudin.
Yes, I'd like to thank the administration and everyone who's involved in the work. Look, I know it seems kind of dry, standard operating procedures, but I want to point out something that Dr. Diskin said. The experience of a parent or a child in the district shouldn't depend on the day of the week or who you talk to or what building you're in. Everyone should have an equal experience and a very high quality experience. As Dr. Diskin said, seconds matter in a crisis. So while this stuff seems kind of dry and boring, it's really important to the operations of our district. And again, I just want to thank everyone for the hard work over the past year to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Ms. Wong?
Yeah, and first of all, I'd like to thank this effort, the SOP standard operation process. Yeah, I understand, it's important to, to make this consistent or standardized process. But on the other side, I think the education essentially is individualized. I would like to, maybe before, I would like to strongly, we may find a balance and improving, right? And maybe before there is there is some areas we could improve through this SOP process. I definitely agree with that. But on the other side, as I mentioned, I do believe education is, we deal with human beings, students or teachers. We are not manufacturing factories. Yeah, I'm sorry for my words. So I just, strongly suggest, and when we improve this system, implement this system, I would like to strongly suggest, work with the parents, teachers, principals, and to find a good balance. This two framework, I do believe our district can get a good balance, this SOP, and also that's just my general opinion and feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. If I can add a comment to that, as someone with an operations research background who did work in manufacturing facilities, so I appreciate your comment about the standardization. At the same time, I believe that having the standardization and having those processes in place will actually give administrators and staff more flexibility to do the individualization because they're not spending time on things that could just be simple and done. So I think that's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah, if I
Mr.
could just-
Arlington.
Yeah, sure. If I could just quickly address that. I see your point very clearly. Teaching is a human endeavor with human actors. And so I think this work isn't meant to bump up against that so much as coalesce with it, right? So these are like frameworks and entry points and starting points. So like for hiring, let's say, developing a hiring framework for an SOP, I think helps ensure that every leader in the district follows this blueprint or framework to get the best, most highly qualified teachers here. And then within that framework, principals and hiring committees can enact their visions for what a second grade teacher should look like and balance out the other second grade teachers on that team. So I think that speaks to that sort of, that sort of balance between having standardization, but also flexibility to enact visions and identities too. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. You
Sure.
just said, sorry.
Do you have another question? Okay, thank you. Mr. Casson.
I have two real quick questions. But first, I just want to say, as you know from our conversations on the governance committee, I'm extremely supportive of standard operating procedures. I think this is a great initiative. My two quick questions. One, are you getting enough resources to implement this? I know that, for the strategic plan, we had an outside consultant. I don't think you have that for this. Is that something that you'd desire or would be helpful, or do you feel that you have the resources within? And then just the second one, just real quick, so you can address together, is, are the standard operating procedures something that get made public, or is it just internal to the internal systems?
So typically, those are great questions. I'll address the first one. We can always use more assistance and more resources. But to say that, I think we've done, thank you to Mr. Connolly, Mr. Arlington, Ms. Soa, and everyone, all the administrators, everybody contributed their piece to that full standard operating procedure manual, shall we say. We provide that right now at the administrative level so that our new principals and all of our new administrative staff kind of know, like, who do I call if this happens, right? And so that stays with administration. And oftentimes, such as lockdown procedures are not made public simply because of the security and those kinds of things. So these are not really made public. Certainly if someone asks, what is your hiring practices? Well, we could give you a high level overview, certainly. But they're not really meant to be broadcast for a variety of reasons. One is confidentiality of some of the topics that are happening there. But certainly welcome to, have a high level overview.
Thank you.
We could use a new microphone stand for a resource.
That would definitely help with communications. Ms. Shivani, you had a comment?
Yeah, let's add that to the standard operating procedure.
Yes, we'll add that to the, how to use the microphone.
No, just a quick comment. I think, wait, this is, as Ms. Wong, the standard operating procedure for how the operations run, not the instruction itself. So I think it's important to make that distinction. The other thing, on the standard operating procedure, and this happens with all manuals, is it becomes difficult to sort of find a needle in a haystack type of thing. So just a suggestion that maybe we make it searchable so that, you'd leverage
Yep,
AI or whatever.
it is
So,
actually
yeah.
already searchable. It is done in a handbook with topics and content and different chapters, shall we say, under those things. People can easily, the administration can easily click on those. There is also a find search ability to do that and to get right to the source of what's needed, sort of like that table of contents and appendices.
Wonderful. Any other comments? All right, I think we have one more presentation.
Oh, yes, Jenny, sorry. Come on down. We are here tonight to show a little bit, as you know, it's the 250th year celebration, and Ms. Graff and her team have been working on looking at what we've been doing around the district. So without further ado, in one moment.
Thank you, Ms. Diskin. Good evening, and I want to congratulate all the retirees, including Ms. Edland. Well deserved. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Mr. Connolly. Thank you. All right, so the 250th celebration. We're excited to present this tonight. There has been so much work that's gone on around the district with all of our teachers, our staff, our administrators, and we're highlighting a lot of the great things going on. And I'm happy to say that Millburn is a certified New Jersey revolutionary school, and we're going to get into exactly what that means. July 4th, 2026 marks a once-in-a-generation moment, the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. To commemorate this event, the Revolutionary Schools program was launched as a statewide educational initiative designed to invigorate social studies through history, civic engagement, and experiential learning. This program is a collaborative effort between the New Jersey Department of Education and Revolution New Jersey, which is itself a partnership between the New Jersey Historical Commission and the nonprofit Crossroads of the American Revolution. The Revolutionary Schools program invites students to explore New Jersey's pivotal role in the American Revolution and its enduring impact on our nation. Through this initiative, students in Millburn reflect on their responsibility to uphold American democracy and advance the fundamental ideals that shaped our country. Our district supervisor of social studies, Ms. Kristen Brindelson, spearheaded the effort to bring this program to Millburn. We are thrilled that it spans the entire district, K-12, with all 8 of our schools proudly designated as revolutionary schools, which is an awesome accomplishment for our district. As participating schools, we agreed to engage in a school-wide civics initiatives to foster participation, incorporate revolutionary New Jersey programs into the curriculum, and share exemplary instructional practices and make history accessible to all students. So we're really, really honored to be a New Jersey revolutionary, not school, but district. As revolutionary schools, our teachers have access to these featured NJDOE resources. New Jersey Faces of the Revolution, a collection of short biographies about people from all walks of life and regions of New Jersey that highlight the complex nature of the American Revolution. New Jersey Revolutionary Historic Sites interactive map, it allows students to explore over 150 Revolutionary War sites, more than any other state. And a bundle of silences are pre-recorded webinars exploring key aspects of the American Revolution with accompanying lesson plans for grades 6 to 12. Again, these are put out from the New Jersey Department of Education, and only schools that are New Jersey Revolutionary schools are able to access these. The Foundations of Democracy Toolkit includes standards-aligned lesson plans and resources for all K-5 classrooms. History Happened Here is an inquiry-based research project focused on local history for grades 5 to 12. Next, Ms. Brindelson, our District Supervisor of Social Studies, will present an overview of how Millburn schools have marked the 250th anniversary this year as part of the Revolutionary Schools program. Please note that this is a curated sampling of our activities rather than an exhaustive list, because we would be here all night if we showed you everything that our district does. Ms. Brindelson?
Thank you. As you will see, the Millburn School celebration of the 250th was truly an interdisciplinary effort. I'm incredibly proud to showcase the outstanding work of our talented teachers and students. We begin with the Millburn Township Logo Design Contest. Students in Millburn High School's Digital Art and Design 1 and 2 classes submitted a variety of creative designs, and pictured here is MHS Junior Jonah Dovdevani and his winning entry. His design is featured on the Millburn Township 250th website. Here you can see the other wonderful designs created by the digital arts students. The 250th was celebrated through displays in library media centers throughout the district. Here are examples from Hartshorn and South Mountain. All Millburn fourth graders received a special presentation on the history of the American Revolution from Mr. Bob Gula, a Millburn resident and Civil War and American Revolution historian. His program is a joint educational partnership between the Forgotten Victory Trail Association and the National Society Sons of the American Revolution. Mr. Gula's period costume, slides, and artifacts really brought history alive for our students. Hartshorn Elementary held a birthday celebration for America on June 12th. Class buddies created a paper-chain American flag, and students wrote birthday wishes for America. At the assembly, they sang patriotic songs and learned facts about the United States. Wyoming School incorporated the 250th into their Read Across America week in March. Students explored nonfiction texts about the United States and created their own flags to showcase interesting facts they learned. These flags were then paraded through the school as students shared their spark for the USA. The media specialist, Mrs. Fahrenbach, also led a whole school read aloud about America while dressed as the Statue of Liberty. In April, Millburn Middle School students attended unique performances of the musical 1776 at the Paper Mill Playhouse. Immediately following the show, a special talk-back Q&A session was facilitated and featured members of the cast and allowed for audience questions. To enhance the experience, Millburn Middle School teachers collaborated to develop lessons focused on the musical's themes and historical events. So you can see a sampling of those plans here. In 6th grade social studies, students created museum exhibits that demonstrated how one big idea from their study of ancient civilizations inspired the creation of the United States. Here are some samples of the students' work. It was hard to choose just a few, so there's a couple of slides here. Grade 8 students also created projects to commemorate the 250th and local New Jersey history. Grade 8 social studies teacher, Miss Emily Sermon, and a group of MMS students participated in the Smithsonian Democracy and Dialogue Initiative. This is a national civic education program that connects students across the United States through collaborative storytelling and virtual exchanges to explore how their unique local communities have shaped the American experience. The MMS students were paired with students from a school in Wisconsin and created a virtual museum with their exchange partners. As part of the Democracy and Dialogue program, students explore the history and significance of local landmarks and discuss the meaning of democracy. This unique program builds cross-cultural empathy, promotes civil discourse, and empowers youth to become active citizens. The 8th grade, there we go. The 8th grade chorus learned a medley of songs from the musical Hamilton and performed them at their concert. As part of their study, they made connections and comparisons to 1776, which they all saw. This one really impressed me. We even got math in there. The grade 6 math students engaged in a semi-quincentennial time capsule hunt activity. At Millburn High School, AP US History students got to choose one event, person, movement, turning point, or idea from their study that they wanted to further explore. They researched their topics and presented their findings in creative one-page visual displays. The AP Art History class took a field trip to the Met to see the Revolution exhibit. Following the trip, they discussed how the objects they saw fit into the celebration of the 250th anniversary of the country. AP 2D art students created artwork that represented their America. Here are a few samples of their work. The MHS Spring Band Concert celebrated the 250th anniversary of the United States with music inspired by American places, traditions, and history. Selections included Appalachian Morning, American Barn Dance, the Liberty Bell, Hands Across the Sea, a Shaker Gift Song, and Red Rock Mountain. I'd like to conclude the presentation with a short clip from the Battle Hymn of the Republic performed by the Millburn High School Symphonic Orchestra and Chorus at the June 4th concert.
So I want to thank Ms. Brindleson for certifying all of Millburn schools as New Jersey Revolutionary Schools. We want to thank the building administrators for their support of this program, our incredible teachers for seamlessly weaving the celebration of this milestone into their classrooms, and finally to all of our awesome students whose hard work, curiosity, and brilliance are reflected in everything we showcase tonight. Thank you.
It's wonderful to see how all that is incorporated in our students' everyday life and really threaded through everything that they do. Really beautiful to see. Thank you. Anyone have any comments or questions that they would like to add? Ms. Wong.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to such beautiful programs, and also I want to say thanks to administrations. The humanity, like art, music, literatures, are very important. As I said, equally important if not more important than STEM, because I understand these teach our kids to be a better persons. And yeah, that's very important. Thank you. Thank you so much for, yeah.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Mr. Farashudin?
Yeah, I just want to say that America rocks.
Wonderful. Anyone else? Hard to follow that, but anyone else? All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, so believe it or not, that was our last presentation for the evening. I know you guys are all looking for one more, but that's it. So I'll take a couple quick moments for my board president report. I would just like to take a few minutes to really reflect on this time of year. It is so harried and so busy and a little overwhelming, but really it's also a remarkable time of transition and change, and the opportunity to see so much success from our students, from our Boy Scouts and our Eagle Scouts who came tonight. We had a wonderful Juneteenth celebration this past weekend. The High School Science Research Symposium highlighted some of our just extraordinary science and research students. The AP Art Show was a smashing success where our students got to show their portfolios. We've had concerts, as you saw. We've had presentations. We've had moving up ceremonies, I believe, all day today for our little fourth graders and fifth graders, which is always brings a little bit of a tear to my eye. We have our moving up ceremonies for our eighth graders in a couple days, and then it all culminates with that high school graduation. It is hard to understand when you have little ones what a heartfelt moment it is to see this little baby that you have pass on into adulthood. And I am a little envious of our teachers and administrators who get to see students do this and make this huge leap every single year. We turn out some of the best students in the state and in the country, and that is so much due to the parents and support systems they have at home. It's the teachers that they get to enjoy in the classroom every single day. It's the support staff that are there to make sure that they have everything they need. It's the administrators who keep an eagle eye over everything. It's my fellow board members who, past and present, who have really dedicated a lot of time and care into doing this and making sure that our kids have every resource they need. And all these things combined create an incredible village that helps our students be everything that they can be. And seeing their successes and seeing their growth, it's why we're all here, and it's why we're all trying to pull in the same direction. And it's really a sight to behold. So I would like to say thank you so much to the parents in the district, to our wonderful, dedicated teachers and staff, to our administrators who are caring and compassionate administrators, our dedicated board members, including Jackson Ruddy and Juliana DeTore, our phenomenal board student liaisons who did a great job all year long. I miss them tonight. They do give my favorite reports, but hopefully they're listening from home, or somebody is, and we'll let them know. Anyway, it takes a village. It takes all of us. It takes everyone working together to make this happen. And I'm so proud to be a part of a community that does that. So that is my report. Thank you. Dr. Diskin.
All right, well, so we did most of the presentations tonight, but I just wanted to add on to the Juneteenth celebration. On Sunday, June 14th, Black Americans of Millburn and Short Hills, or BAMS, hosted a vibrant Juneteenth celebration at the Bauer Center. The event brought together local neighbors, elected officials, and community leaders in a powerful display of community and unity. Inspired by the enduring legacy of George Washington Carver, BAMS partnered with the Millburn High School Black Student Union, BSU, and the Orange and Maplewood Branch NAACP. Mount Zion Church and the Interfaith Food Pantry of the Oranges for a community peanut butter drive, providing a meaningful opportunities for students and families to learn about the significance of Juneteenth and reflect on Carver's contributions. This puts values of service into action. Thanks to the extraordinary generosity of the Millburn community, the district collected 368 peanut butter jars. A huge shout out to Hartshorn for leading the pack with 175 jars. This incredible effort contributed to a grand total of more than 1,200 jars, which directly helped to combat local food insecurity and support our neighbors in need. Additionally, a partnership with the Millburn High School BSU leadership raised over $2,000 to support a scholarship fund. This year's scholarship award was presented to Fatima Ahmed, a Millburn student who truly embodies resilience and community excellence. A huge congratulations to Fatima and a heartfelt thank you to the Millburn High School BSU, their advisor Christina Holness, and everyone who donated to help make this day a success. The district will honor Juneteenth on Friday, June 19th, in accordance with the New Jersey state holiday, and will be closed. Mr. Nixon is here, and we want to congratulate his staff and Millburn High School. According to a recent NJ.com analysis of SAT results, Millburn High School achieved the 7th highest average SAT score in New Jersey and ranked number 1 among traditional public high schools in the state. Millburn High School SAT results with a combined score of 1391, math 700, and reading and writing 691. This outstanding accomplishment is a testament to the hard work and dedications of our students, the expertise and commitment of our faculty and staff, and the unwavering support of our families and community. We are incredibly proud of this achievement and all who contributed to this success. And finally, as the end of the year is upon us, and we bring together another school year to a successful close, I want to express my deepest gratitude to the Board of Education and our entire community for your unwavering support and your partnership. Most of all, my heartfelt thanks go to the dedicated administrators, teachers, support staff, and brilliant students. Your incredible flexibility, your perseverance, and resilience have defined this year. I wish everyone in our school community a safe, joyous, and rejuvenating summer. And for those of you going off to college, best wishes to you, and graduation is Thursday. And for those moving up, we look forward to seeing you back here in September.
Thank you, Dr. Diskin. Sorry, my reading glasses. Mr. Finkelstein, would you like to start us off with program?
Sure. The program committee met on June 10th at 1:30 p.m. Board of Ed members present were myself, Andrew Finkelstein, Mr. Noel Bigman, Ms. Speltz, as sub for Ms. Longley Richards. Administration present were Mr. Connolly, Dr. Diskin, and Mr. Arlington. On the agenda first was celebrating the 250th with New Jersey's Revolutionary School Program presentation, which was viewed tonight. The committee saw the draft of the presentation for tonight's final delivery. Next, there was a quick update on the math pathways. Mr. Connolly shared enrollment data for students participating in the accelerated and double accelerated math pathways in grades 6 through 9 during the 2025-26 school year. The committee also reviewed preliminary projections for the 2026-2027 school year, which indicate continued growth in both accelerated pathways. Members noted that these projections remain estimates as final course grades and standardized assessment results have not yet been received. And then finally, on grading assessment, there was a brief conversation and update on the reassessment and test correction guidelines. The administration and staff continue to discuss ideas and potential alternatives.
Thank you, Mr. Finkelstein. Governance, Ms. Shivani.
All right, the governance committee met on June 11th at 5:30 p.m. The board attendees were myself, Priya Shivani, Ms. Abby Spells, Mr. Jeff Casson, and Ms. Cynthia Longley Richards. Administrators present were Dr. Diskin, Mr. Arlington, Ms. Jen Soa, and Ms. Catherine Alvarez. On the agenda, we discussed high school guidance. We had a conversation about high school guidance. Ms. Alvarez discussed a proposal to expand opportunities for counselors to build their capacity in college and career counseling in ways that reflect the evolving college admissions landscape. The discussion focused on leveraging and enhancing existing departmental structures, practices, and professional learning opportunities. Committee members expressed support for an approach that promotes consistency of services and strengthens counselors' ability to guide students and families through an increasingly complex array of post-secondary pathways and options. On the human resources front, the committee discussed a draft job description for proposed manager of human resources position. This role is intended to provide additional operational support in HR and strengthen the department's capacity to meet growing district needs. Mr. Arlington will continue to provide oversight of the Human Resources Department as he transitions roles. Regarding Public Information Community Outreach Officer, Mr. Arlington shared a revised draft job description for a Public Information Community Outreach Officer. This position is intended to enhance district communications, community engagement, and strategic outreach efforts, and the revisions reflect an eye towards more bidirectional, future-ready communications and engagement efforts. On policy, the committee continues to thoughtfully review policy 5200 related to attendance. Revisions were reviewed and discussed in preparation for board consideration. Regarding elementary school assistant principal, the committee received an update on elementary assistant principal search process, including collection of applications, review of resumes, and anticipated interview timeline. Mr. Arlington and Dr. Diskin also reviewed a proposal to retain Dr. Jill Sack as a per diem leadership consultant through December 2026. The position would provide targeted support in areas such as administrative coaching, professional development, and evaluative assistance during the upcoming school year. Regarding long-term substitute rates, Mr. Arlington reviewed the beginnings of a proposal to adjust long-term substitute rates in order to remain competitive in the current labor market and strengthen the district's ability to attract and retain qualified candidates in hard-to-fill positions. The committee adjourned at 6:45 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Priya Shivani.
Thank you, Ms. Shivani. Mr. Lawrence for Finance.
Thank you. We met on June 11th at 7 p.m. BoE attendees, Mr. Lawrence, Bigman, Fashuda, and Speltz. Admin, Mr. Stars and Dr. Diskin. Projects update. Mr. Stars reviewed the 3 larger projects occurring this summer. Turf project advertisement date was pushed back to 6/18. However, the other timelines, including anticipated award of 7/20, remains the same. High school roof replacement is set to begin June 19th, and middle school asbestos abatement and tile replacement also set to begin June 19th. No further actions at this time. On 6:15, business agenda review. The committee reviewed the draft 6:15 action items. The following were reviewed. Purchases for the upcoming school year were reviewed. Pontonian renewing for the same rate as current year and the meal price list for next year. Third-party transportation agreement with Springfield Genius Academy. Dual use of educational space submittal to the Department of Education, similar to last year. And end-of-year resolutions for stale dated checks, excess transfer of surplus, and Chapter 47 resolution. Committee recommends approving the business agenda action items. The Morristown High School auditorium project closeout. Committee informed of difference between contractor and district regarding proposed change orders and their amounts. Architects and the attorney will be communicating with the contractor to settle the differences. No further actions at this time. Other matters. Mr. Stars informed the committee that the administration recently received the draft demographer's report and is under review. Once review is completed, the final report will be shared with the board. No further action at this time. The next meeting is scheduled for July 14th, 7 p.m. Meeting adjourned at 7:35. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Connolly.
Good evening, everyone. It's award season at Millburn High School. We are thrilled to celebrate the incredible dedication, talent, and intellect of our student body. From the annual honors and scholarship ceremony and the Junior Book Awards to the World Language Awards and Honor Society induction ceremony, our students continue to shine. A special shout out to the 5 MHS students who last week received the gold medals at the Carnegie Hall for the Scholastic National Art Awards. Congratulations to all of our award recipients for their outstanding efforts and hard work this year. And a heartfelt thank you to our families, staff, and community for supporting these exceptional achievements. The Science Research Symposium. The 23rd Annual Science Research Symposium, led by science teacher Chris Cook, took place on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. The Science Research Program is a multi-year course for highly motivated students that develops research, inquiry, and communication skills. Beginning in 10th grade, students explore topics across STEM fields, conduct independent research, analyze data, and present their findings in a symposium and competitions culminating in a comprehensive research experience. It was an evening filled with student awards, student presentations, and a poster session. And then finally, my final comments here, my last assistant superintendent report. Tonight is my last and final Board of Education meeting as assistant superintendent. I want to take this opportunity to thank the board, the staff, the students, the families, and the Millburn community. In 2017, I had the privilege to return home to Millburn as the principal of Millburn Middle School. As a proud graduate of Millburn High School, serving the community that helped shape me has been truly special. In 2025, I was honored to have the opportunity to serve in the current role as assistant superintendent. Leaving Millburn, a district I deeply value, is bittersweet. While I look forward to serving as the superintendent of the Madison Public Schools, it's hard to say goodbye to a place that's so meaningful to my family and me. I want to thank the Board of Education and the community for their trust and support. I have been fortunate to work with so many people dedicated to every student's success. To our teachers and staff, thank you for your partnership and dedication. Your passion makes Millburn a great place to learn and grow. Thank you to the directors, the supervisors, the principals, and of course, Abby, for your collaboration, your leadership, and your support. Together, we've built on Millburn's traditions and sought new ways to support staff and students. I am grateful for your collaboration and friendship. I want to thank Dr. Diskin and Dr. Burton for your mentorship and support. Your guidance has profoundly shaped my career, and I am grateful for all that I've learned from you. Thank you for the memories, the friendships, the support, and the trust. Serving Millburn Township Public Schools has been one of the greatest honors of my professional career. Respectfully submitted, John Connolly.
I have one comment to make. I think maybe there are a few others comments coming. I first met you when you started at the middle school. I had a daughter who was attending, so I met you here and there. And then in 2020, when the Education Foundation was trying to do the virtual seats, you were the one who stepped up and said, "Sure, let's try this. Let's see what will work." And you were in there, we were all in the middle school wearing masks and trying to assemble TVs and carts, plugging them in, rolling them around, trying to find everything, hundreds of these. And you were there with a smile. You gave us all the support we needed. You were always willing to try whatever was needed to help the students learn. And that was something that was really amazing to see in action on a day in and day out basis. Later, I had the opportunity to be your PTO president, along with someone else here in the audience. And we'll arm wrestle for who's the favorite. And it was, again, incredible to see the transformation that the school made through your leadership. I got to see it through from year to year to year, and it was unbelievable the changes that were made that you shepherded through. We appreciate you. We're going to miss you, and Madison is very, very lucky. Thank you. Any other comments? Mr. Farashudin.
Yeah, Mr. Connolly, I also, the first time I heard you speak was at the middle school orientation for incoming sixth graders. And, my wife and I were sitting in the auditorium, and we heard you speak and talk about the program in the middle school. And as we were walking out, my wife and I were like, boy, Ryan is in really good hands. And, I will remember that day. You have been a great colleague and a tremendous leader in the district. I wish you weren't leaving, but what can you do? We just want to express our thanks and gratitude, not only as a board member, but as a parent of a child who has been shaped by this district and by the middle school as well. So thank you very much.
Ms. Shivani.
Yes, in addition to your great leadership at the Millburn Middle School, which is exemplary, we've all benefited from that, most of us, I can say. I think in your role the past 18 months, it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you, Mr. Conley. I know we've, especially me and Andrew, can probably vouch for that, we've annoyed you to no end with data, and more data, and you've never, you've always partnered with us, and I think the district is better because of your efforts. Definitely, we will miss you, but I think it's the intent with which you've supported us and supported the community, even on weekends. Like your wheels are constantly turning, so that we definitely will miss that. But you're just going from one MHS to another MHS, so it'll be fine, and we will keep bothering you. That's a promise.
Mr. Finkelstein.
I'll echo the words of Ms. Shivani. Thank you for all your dedication and years of service here at the school, and being a former Millburn student coming back. It's a great story, and as Priya mentioned, definitely jumping into the program committee in a not so easy spot with a lot of transition. It was wonderful working with you, and appreciate the the full devotion to it and open-mindedness to all the things going on, and to all the data that we did make you ask you to look through. But yeah, it was amazing working with you. Madison is very lucky, and I know you will do great things. I can't sort of believe this is really happening. I know this date's been on the calendar. I think I've been in denial, but yeah, we're going to miss you. But congratulations.
Mr. Bigman.
Hi, John. I don't want to add anything additional because I think everybody's comments are very consistent, but I do want to wish you good luck in your new role as a superintendent of Madison. I think they'll be in very good hands with you.
Yes, Ms. Wong.
I just want to say best wishes to you. Yeah.
Thank you. Ms. Longley Richards.
I kind of didn't prepare anything because I think in my mind it wasn't like, I forgot that this was actually the last time that we were gonna get to work together in this capacity. But having worked with you in Madison, and worked with you in Millburn Middle School, and worked with you on the board, I feel like I might have the most varied experience in working with you. And coming from Madison, I know you're going back to Madison, which is, I know it's like a full circle and a half, right? Like it's like, tell me the number of that. Anyway, but I do want to say thank you. And it's been a pleasure working with you. I've always appreciated your take on things, the way that you've listened and considered multiple perspectives, and really always given very thoughtful responses and very balanced responses to things that have been asked of you. And just thank you for helping shape what we've done. And so much of the work that we've been able to accomplish has been with your hands. So thank you so very much, and I wish you all the best. And I'll keep in touch with my Madison friends too.
Mr. Lawrence.
I don't know what more I could add to that, but just to say that you made a lasting mark on so many students that you've touched, and to this district, and to the students' parents, and I'm sure you'll continue to do so in Madison. All the best to you, and please come back and visit.
Thank you all very much. And unless there are any other comments, we could open up the floor to public comments. Please state your name and address for the record, and public comments will be limited to 3 minutes.
Start the time.
Check, check.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jessica Lawton. I live at 2 Sylvan Way, and my children are finishing 4th and 1st grade at Deerfield School. Since it's the end of the year, I just want to start with some words of gratitude. It's been extraordinary to see the way both of my children have grown this year. The principal, Mr. Mongan, and the teachers believe that my kids are extraordinarily capable individuals with unique voices that should be cultivated and heard in myriad ways. This year, my daughter argued for the merits of teddy bears over dolls and created her own hand-drawn font in an animal research project to describe an Arctic fox as fuzzy. For the 4th grade wax museum, my son hand drew his poster board, organizing it into periods of Bill Bradley's life, go Knicks, and annotating photos with captions that only a 4th grader could come up with, like, "He actually got a Rhodes Scholarship. Nice job, Bill." For Treps, he created a Deerfield activity book with puzzles and prompts inspired by countless hours of doing them in hard copies of highlights publications, and found his own more quiet and personal style of approaching people to buy his merchandise. It is because of such remarkable teaching and learning that I'm here today with the following requests. Please put an immediate stop to the use of AI in all forms in elementary and middle school until more is understood about it. Our teachers' expertise are founded on extensive experience and research about pedagogy. Let's not use a tool that is both so unknown and also proven to atrophy muscles of creativity that are actually strongest when our children are young. And why would we give them the option to make things easier when these are exactly the years to build the resilience to tackle things that are hard and build fundamental skills about research and synthesis for the first time? I'd also ask that EPIC no longer be used in our children's classrooms. There is no need for children to look at screens when we have incredible libraries filled with books that are curated by our talented librarians. And if our school don't have what the children need, I know from speaking with the Millburn Library librarians that they're extremely eager to develop stronger partnerships with our schools. As with AI, EPIC not only does not provide clear added value, but the reward system has a negative effect. Our kids are more incentivized to read because they get the dopamine rush of unlocking the ability to customize an avatar than they are by the opportunity to unlock a totally new world. Before I finish, I do want to thank you for undergoing an audit of technology across the schools. I'm very much looking forward to the results of that soon. I also very much hope that by the start of the next school year, there will be a publicly available set of technology guidelines and policies in place that are specific to elementary and middle school. Thank you so much for your time and for your service. I wish you all a wonderful summer. And now my daughter on her own wrote something that she wanted to share as well.
Hi, my name is Leah Fishkin. I live at 2 Sylvan Way, Short Hills, New Jersey. And my mom just wrote something. And now I'm going to share something that I did from what I learned, opinion writing, about why students shouldn't use computers in elementary school. I'm going to start. I think there shouldn't be any personal computers in elementary school. One reason is screen time is bad for the students' brains. For example, they can learn something on the computers, but they can learn way more with regular reading books. Another reason is they don't need games on the computer. For example, they can just play board games. The last reason is if screen time keeps happening, then some students might get glasses if their eyes hurt too much. For example, my doctor said to my parents to let me and my brother use screen time only on the weekends. That's why I think students shouldn't use screen time.
Well, it's impossible
So
to
that's
follow
gonna be,
that.
that's going to be hard.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Hirsch. I live at 478 Long Hill Drive. My kids go to Deerfield Elementary, and I too am a proud alumni of Millburn High School. I want to talk about our school's approach to using technology and AI. First, I want to share a deep feeling of gratitude I have for being a Deerfield parent and seeing how much my girls have learned and grown in the past year. When I think about the characteristics I've heard as goals for students, both as a current Deerfield parent and as a student at Millburn High School a few years ago, and from this board presentation, our incredible teachers, administrators, and board want to build leadership, social EQ, resilience, creativity, and curiosity. Technology and AI are meant to drive efficiency and make life easier. It's the opposite of the skills we want to build in our children's educational and formative years. I worked for an early stage technology investment firm evaluating new technology companies. And while there may be some technology solutions and founders that have altruistic goals, their investors ultimately see teachers and educators' salary, as well as our school budget, as addressable TAM, which is a total addressable market, driven by which can drive their own valuations and profits. I'm a capitalist, I work in finance, but the technology used in our incredible school system must only provide a benefit to our students. It should not make their life easy and cut corners so they don't learn resilience and a strong work ethic, in addition to building their own creativity and curiosity. I know the goals of every decision made by this board is to better our students, and it's a hard task. Technology has always been painted as cutting edge and powerful. But like any good free market capitalist, I also know that information is power, and we have to adjust based off of new market information. Technology is driving reduced attention spans, worse academic outcomes, and stunted emotional development. Ultimately, technology in the classroom has not benefited our students, and it has done the opposite. But that is okay. We can evolve and use this research to better our students. I've spoken in depth with my children and friends, and what's surprising is that depending on what teacher or classroom they're in, students have different experience. I know the goal of this board is to have more consistency across the schools, and so I think creating a clear framework and analysis for what tech is used in the classroom, which ones are educational and which ones a little bit more like dessert, when they should be used and for how long, and with clear use cases that aligns with this board's vision. I urge you to be transparent and include parents in your project. In my corporate and personal life, I always try to find low-hanging fruit, and I thank you for removing Chromebooks and cartoons as options for free time and snack time. Let's keep the ball rolling. Here are some more low-hanging fruit options. Please remove YouTube and apps, including the apps that give internet access, from the Chromebook. The Chromebook should be a closed loop where students can only go where specifically reviewed and directed by a teacher as part of a lesson plan. My daughter told me there are pages of apps that has led her to learn about how someone poops, how to bake a cake, or watch someone make unicorn slime, which is not exactly what I expect her, nor am I sure what you want students doing on school-issue devices during school hours. Please issue a 5-year hold on allowing any elementary or middle school students to use any AI, and please remove any programs that use AI from our elementary and middle schools until more research has been done. Our teachers and specialists have years of schooling and deep experience, and most importantly, they have accountability. If they do something wrong, there are consequences.
Okay.
If they, sorry.
I'm sorry, we're past
Okay,
we're
I'm
well
so
past
sorry.
the
Okay.
3-minute mark.
Bye.
So I'm sorry. Thank you, though. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Fiona Phillips. I live at Reef Circle. In addition to being the advancement chair at Troop 19, I'm actually here to represent the BAMS group. I also just want to thank you, Mr. Connolly, for all that you've done. I've had an amazing experience with my son in the middle school, echo everything that they've said, and Madison, so happy to have you. We're grateful to have you, I should be. So thank you, Dr. Diskin, for your remarks regarding Juneteenth. When we were coming up with an idea of what to do during the Juneteenth celebration, which BAMS did in addition to the Millburn Township, we were thinking about how can we make it meaningful? We can have celebrations, we could talk about history, but how can we truly get the community rallied around a single cause? And one of the members talked about George Washington Carver and his legacy, so we connected that to the Peanut Butter Drive. We were just overwhelmed by the community that got behind us, the schools that got engaged, the volunteers that showed up and collected the peanut butter. Hartshorn, as you mentioned, like outstanding, 174 jars of peanut butter, and we got a call today from Glenwood saying that they've got more. So that number of more than 1,200 may even go up. But this morning we were actually at the pantry giving over the donuts. Thank you, Abby and Weiwei, for attending yesterday. Your presence really means a lot. Showing our children and our community that you're not just talking the talk, but you're walking the walk and actually showing up means so much. I do want to share, yesterday, the NAACP gave a powerful keynote speech. Thank you, Jeff. They were really phenomenal. But they told us all to go nuts. And the acronym stands for Nourish Our Neighborhoods, uplift the underrepresented, teach the truth, and sustain our support. So I'm just encouraging our school district to continue to go nuts, making sure that we're giving back in a meaningful way. I hope that this is the first of many, and I just want to thank everyone. I want to thank the principals, the school administrations. I know a lot of logistics went into making this happen, but I wanted to stay here and come in person and thank each of you for your wonderful support during this Juneteenth. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Yuan Jiayin. I'm a resident at 3 Windermere Terrace. My kids are attending Glenwood Elementary Schools. I'm here tonight to express concern over the district's suppression on school-led activities, using safety concerns that do not have a real grounds. Odyssey of the Mind has been part of Glenwood for over 20 years. It's a global team competition. Fourth graders compete and every other grade watches rehearsals and learns from the process. Teachers and the principal are deeply involved at school, while parents contribute with the same energy at home. It has produced world-class teams in the past and provides a meaningful way for students to explore. It is Glenwood's Spirits event. But this year, the district suddenly proposed sweeping changes to Odyssey, citing in their own words, for safe and organized continuation. Let me ask, safe compared to what? In over 20 years, the district had 0 incident, 0. Yet, the proposal would require elementary school children to practice exclusively in middle and high school, adding extra transportations and logistic nightmare. It also proposed dumping the entire workload to the fourth grader parents who rotates every year. And what the district said it would support? Practice space, again in middle and high school, for Glenwood Elementary School. And that requires at least 4 layers of prior approval and some storage space. There is one more thing. Odyssey preparation has always started in March for the following school year. Now it's June, the last week of the semester, and families still have no sign-up information. The district wanted to restructure a program without even knowing how it works. This is not oversight. This is withdrawal, dressed up as oversight. When a program succeeds, the district's job is to find ways to support it more, not to restrict it. And this matters beyond Odyssey because when a school withdraws from a program, it does not disappear equally for everyone. Families with resources will find alternatives and leaving those families without those simply being left out. We just talk about equity, but the district is doing something that's opposite. My ask to this board and administration is simple. Leave Odyssey alone. Let it continue as it has. School-led, school-supported, practice whatever that makes the most sense, and free from rules invented without cause or evidence of need. I am not alone in this. There have been heated discussion in school and Glenwood parents chat over the past 2 weeks. We parents have noticed a pattern of decisions being made without considering the family state effect. We are watching, and we expect you to act. And since you are talking about standardizing everything, if this is the consequence of standardizing things, we'd rather not have it. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is David Burstein. I live in West Orange, and I run pricereflect.com. I first wanted to thank you, the board and the administration, for taking the time to look into the Pomptonian Food Services contract. And you may have answered my question earlier. I might not have heard you. I got a little bit confused looking at the agenda item and just want to make sure that I understood. On tonight's agenda, it says that the rate would be approved at 9.53 cents per dollar of sales. And from the June 1st meeting, and I think from this meeting too, but it was a little hard for me to hear in the back, it seems like there would be a 0% increase, but my understanding was that this school year's rate is 9.26 cents. So if I could have confirmation that tonight's agenda reflects the correct rate, that would be greatly appreciated. And then regardless of tonight's renewal, and again, you might have answered it, I was just in the back, so it was a little hard to hear. Does the district intend to rebid the food services contract for the 27 to 28 school year? Thank you so much again for your diligence in this.
Good evening. My name is Jeffrey Feld. I live in the poet section. And I want to echo everyone's comments to Mr. Connolly. I really only met him when he was appointed here. And there's one thing that we're going to miss is his homegrown commitment to community. And that's one of the purposes of the Board of Education, is building community. And we saw that yesterday at the Juneteenth celebration. Going nuts. I mean, that's a phrase that we really had to be using. But also building on that, let's think about the coming up year, having ceremonies that we're going to be celebrating, not really, commemorating the 25th anniversary of 9/11, and I've told you about that. But also to bring back the interfaith Thanksgiving service that we had, I think, about 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know how many of you attended. It was the most moving event that I did. And we had to really build back the community. I was appointed to sit on the strategic planning committee. I represented all the people that do not have children, but we're in the system currently. But we went to look at the names on the plaque. You're fiduciaries and stewards of a public trust. I would wander off and talk to Mr. Connolly and the various motivators. Some of the things we talked about, I hope you continue speaking of them, is the challenges fronting various leading school districts. You share the same concerns. You really should be sharing some of the ideas. I've been talking about budgeting since I first appeared before the Board of Education in January of 2020, warning you about the detrimental effects of long-term tax exemptions. We had to have communications with our peers. We had to have communications. I'm very proud a new generation showed up tonight talking about elementary parents. You're like me 30 some odd years ago. When you came to a Board of Education, you had to be an advocate for your children. Fads come and fads go. When you have like the chairperson who created Google speaking at a university, and he talked about AI, because I want to teach actual intelligence and critical thinking. To our principal tomorrow, you have a test for your graduating students. We're going to find out how great Millburn schools are. Did we teach them citizenship? How many kids tomorrow who are 18 are going to vote probably for the first time and use their skills of critical thinking? Because I really don't want to give a debate, but there's been two pros and cons. Let's see how they vote using the skills that we taught them. And what we taught them about the American Revolution, what the Constitution means, and Declaration of Independence. As to a reading assignment for the community over the summer, we're talking about intelligence and things. If I could just have like 2 minutes. 1 minute. There's a book out that I found out through my daughter when I went to the West Coast, 18 Summers. It's about being a parent, that you really only have 18 summers to train your children. As a community, I think we should read that book. Another book is called Play Makers, about the toy industry. It's interesting about play. I know I had to go, but I also sent you all an opinion that came out last week. Please read it. That affects you as your governance and as your roles as fiduciaries. I just throw that out. And to everyone, enjoy your summer and go nuts sometimes.
Thank you, Mr. Feld. If there are no further comments, I'd like to open the floor to the board for comments and discussion on our action items. Are there any questions, comments, or discussion items? Mr. Casson.
On agenda item 3J, I'd like to make a motion to amend the language to say that there is no increase in the amount. Mr. Stars, you want to comment on that before I make that motion?
Yes. So, gentleman was correct that it should be .0926. So
we can just adjust the number to correct it? Okay.
Correct it. So,
And then I have no further comment. Thank you.
Thank you for that clarification. Any other questions or comments before we begin? Excellent. So may I have a motion and a second to approve instruction items 1A through 1E? Mr. Lawrence? Mr. Farashudin? Any discussion? All right, roll call, Mr. Stars.
Mr. Lawrence?
Yes.
Ms. Longley Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Bigman?
Yes.
Mr. Casson?
Yes.
Mr. Farashudin?
Yes.
Mr. Finkelstein?
Yes.
Ms. Wong?
Yes.
Ms. Shivani?
Yes.
Ms. Speltz?
Yes.
Motion's passed.
Thank you. Personnel agenda items. May I have a motion and a second to approve personnel item 2A through 2C? Ms. Longley Richards, Ms. Shivani. Any questions or comments? Excellent. Roll call, please, Mr. Stars.
Ms. Longley Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Bigman?
Yes.
Mr. Casson?
Yes.
Mr. Farashudin?
Yes.
Mr. Finkelstein?
Yes.
Ms. Wong?
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence?
Yes.
Ms. Shivani?
Yes.
Ms. Speltz?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. May I have a motion and a second to approve business items 3A through 3Q? Mr. Bigman?
Can I ask a question about it? How does it work?
Yeah, well, let's do this and then I'll ask. Okay. So I'm sorry, Mr. Bigman and Mr. Casson. Any questions? Mr. Finkelstein?
Sure, yeah, no, I was just flipping through the list, and I realized people may not have answers on the spot, but I was just curious what the DDoS, it was the first item that just, it was like a large $43,000 for DDoS protection services. I was kind of wondering what that
That's
might
part
be
of
to
our
Comcast.
That's part of our technology budget in there.
Yeah, I guess maybe I could follow up after with
Could
Mr.
have Mr. Scara probably.
Right, I'll follow up after the meeting, but I was just curious.
All right, yes, Mr. Farashudin.
Yeah, Mr. Stars, parliamentary procedure, do we need to carve out item J, given the amendment, or can we vote on it?
We have noted that it's .0926 and prior to the vote, so.
Excellent. Any other questions or comments?
I guess, one more.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sorry, in light of the technology audit, I guess there's more education technology that I'm seeing that we're paying for. But I guess, since we're not completed with the audit yet, I suppose it's too early to make changes or things like that. You know, we're kind of setting up for what we currently have. And then the evaluations will take place next year, and I guess we could evaluate at that point.
Yeah, and I think that we got to be also mindful that so much of this, the apps and, not apps, but the softwares that we're using are embedded in our curriculum practices. So, the original audit that we did was really about screen time. The next phase of this is looking at, like, where are we going to pare back some of these additional applications, and what can we do without? And I think that's what the community is saying as well, is like, let's see if we can go back to some traditional experiences. So that's part two of what it is. Right now, it's really figuring out how much are people really using it. And so there's what teachers report, and I think that's a very good measure. And then there's what we visibly see and do and how we're using it. So does that answer your
Yes,
question?
great, that's perfect, thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Yes, Dr. Diskin.
Sorry, I also just wanted to note that there's a couple of things on here that are actually New Jersey state mandated, such as the screeners. That is a requirement by the New Jersey Department of Education. That's all online, these screeners, and that's a requirement. So you'll see on there some of that, such as fast bridge screeners. Just wanted to let you know.
Excellent. Any other comments or questions? All right. Mr. Stars, roll call, please.
Mr. Bigman?
Yes.
Mr. Casson?
Yes.
Mr. Farashudin?
Yes.
Mr. Finkelstein?
Yes.
Ms. Wong?
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence?
Yes.
Ms. Longley Richards?
Yes.
Ms. Shivani?
Yes.
Ms. Speltz?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. May I have a motion and a second to approve special services item 4A and 4B? Mr. Farashudin, Ms. Longley Richards? Any questions or discussion? Mr. Casson?
Madam President, you may have noticed over the last several meetings, I've abstained on voting on this item. That is in part because I have not really, as you may know, I'm new to the board, in the last 6 months, but I haven't really determined or understood where this approval comes from at the board level. I don't see a committee that's responsible for supervising the special services agendas items, so I'm not sure what committee supervises that or where these recommendations come from. Obviously, there's information that's redacted, so I don't know how to evaluate it, which is why I'm abstaining and going to continue to abstain, but maybe we can have a further discussion or I'd ask for a presentation to just talk us through that process because I haven't learned that part of the role yet.
Absolutely. We can definitely put that on a future agenda.
We can put that in combination with either governance or one of the other committees. But just so you know, these are requirements through the special ed services, which Ms. Jennifer Soa is responsible for. So Ms. Soa brings that to us and to the finance committee and talks about these are student placements. And so those student ID numbers are confidential and nothing can be really discussed around those areas. It's just placements of where students belong and their tuition rates that are accompanying them in their services, such as their IEPs and related services. So we can certainly, it goes really in finance and it belongs probably mostly there. It's not really programmatic. It's more a requirement.
And I think my understanding is we're just basically affirming that we are aware that this is what is happening. Mr. Stars?
Yes, and the contracts between the schools and the district have the board president's signature on it, so it requires board action to approve those contracts, which are standard state contracts, but for specific students.
Yes, Mr. Casson.
As I'm not a member of the Finance Committee, has the Finance Committee been reviewing the contracts or the placements, or how does that process unfold?
The Finance Committee has not, since I've been here reviewing them. However, as indicated, these all generate through student services that are, there's not much discussion to have about specific individuals because you can't have discussions about specific individuals. So it's, relying on the process that is used in most districts where it's from the child study team through the assistant superintendent to the superintendent about these students and the fact that we can't service them in district and better programs are suited out of district for them.
I don't want to spend more of everyone's time on this evening, but I'll just ask the questions offline. But thank you for the information you shared.
Yeah, and just so you know that most of it is from what's called an IEP or an individual education plan that the district is required to implement by law.
Are there any other questions or comments? All right, Mr. Stars, roll call, please.
Mr. Casson?
I abstain.
Mr. Farashudin?
Yes.
Mr. Finkelstein?
Yes.
Ms. Wong?
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence?
Yes.
Ms. Longley Richards?
Yes.
Mr. Bigman?
Yes.
Ms. Shivani?
Yes.
Ms. Speltz?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Do we have any old business? Any new business? Second round of public comments. Same rules as before. Please state your name and address for the record, and they are limited to 3 minutes.
Hi, my name's Leah Monaco. I am the Vice President of the Millburn Education Association. And on behalf of the association, we just want to congratulate Mr. Connolly on his well-deserved opportunity to becoming a superintendent. Your leadership, dedication to the students, and commitment to supporting staff have made a lasting impact throughout our district. Danielle asked that I share her congratulations and best wishes as well. She wishes that she could be here today to celebrate this exciting milestone with you. While there were certainly times where you challenged us and pushed back, those conversations often encouraged us to think deeply, grow professionally, and become better teachers, advocates, and leaders. So we are grateful for the respect and professionalism that always guided those discussions. As you begin this exciting new chapter, we wish you continued success. Madison is fortunate to have you, and we are confident that your leadership will make a difference in the lives of students, families, and educators for years to come. So congratulations, best wishes, and good luck in your new role.
All right, if there are no further public comments, any board member comments? Mr. Casson.
Sorry, I know I'm on a roll today. The Odyssey of the Mind is near and dear to my heart. I was a two-time coach, one-time judge, and I supported this year's teams, and I was the one who got it going at South Mountain. I respect Glenwood's continued and long tradition with it, as well as Washington School and now growing South Mountain, and I'm really confident that we will be able to continue to support the Odyssey to Mine as well as other programs, something I believe all of the board members share a commitment to, and that and the administration shares a commitment to, and we're going to continue to work for that.
Thank you. Any other comments? Excellent. Oh yes, Ms. Wong.
Yeah, I just want to take this chance to give my best wishes to retirees, to all of our teachers, staff, and best wishes to all of you. And that's all. Thank you. Thank you for your contributions to the Millburn School District for like 20 years. I hope I could see numbers more, a little bit larger, but best wishes. Thank you.
And Mr. Finkelstein.
Sure, yeah, I'd like to echo Mr. Casson's comments. As a three-time spouse of an Odyssey coach and multiple traveler to Worlds, I'm deeply familiar and value that program really highly. And I know there's liability, and the parent community doesn't always understand all the other issues that are involved, but hopefully we can balance the district's liability concerns with the flexibility that you need to run that program successfully, because it's super important to the community and to the kids. And I'm really hopeful. I saw the email too. I'm really hopeful we can find a way to make that work.
Thank you. Any other comments? Ms. Shivani.
Yeah, I mean, I think I did not actually realize that this is the last meeting for the school year. Of course, it is Mr. Connolly's last meeting, but I just want to take a moment to applaud everyone for the great efforts in making the district better. The strategic planning and the technology audit that we've started, and just the way we've been able to handle existing issues and address new issues as they're coming up. And AI has been advancing so rapidly, and everybody's trying to keep up with it. But we still have more work to do. So I'm hoping that we'll have a positive next year. But congratulations on a successful 25-26 school year. Thanks, everyone.
Anyone else? Excellent. I'd like to reiterate that. A wonderful 25-26 school year. So much success. Everyone deserves a great summer this summer. And with that, can I get a motion and a second to adjourn? Oh, we get lots of offers for that one. Mr. Farashudin, Mr. Finkelstein, all in favor? Any opposed? Better not be. Meeting adjourned.